Hey everybody, I am working on this quadratic formula. So you see 6x squared minus 11x minus 10 equals 0. And we are using the quadratic formula in order to solve this. So we are looking to figure out what x is. So I just written the equation right down here. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared plus 4 times a times c, all divided by 2 times a. So when we are solving this, we are going to be needing to just plug in numbers and make sure that everything is on the left-hand side of the equation, or just one side of the equation, in order to be able to plug in the information. So when we're looking at something like this, we are looking at whatever the number is in front of x squared. That is your a value. So this is basically your setup. I'm just going to show you kind of over here. Is ax squared plus bx plus c. So really that is what you're looking at when you're looking at the setup. So you do want to look at whatever the coefficient is in front of the x squared. That is your a value that gets plugged in right here and right here. Your b value gets plugged in a couple of other spots here, and that's the coefficient in front of x. And in the case of c, or your constant, that gets plugged in right there. So if you've got that, then obviously you'll plug in all those numbers where they are appropriate and go ahead and solve. So if we take a look at this problem right here, I'm just gonna show you like what is what. So this is the a right here, this is your b, and then this would be considered your c value. So if I am plugging this in to solve for x, I would say x is equal to, and then we have negative b. So our b value right here is negative 11. So it's opposite of whatever this is. So if this is a negative 11, then this is going to be a positive 11 because negative b, it's negative b. And in this case, negative negative would be positive. And then we're going to do plus or minus the square root of b squared. So b is a negative 11. So we're going to do a negative 11 squared. And then we're going to do minus 4 times a being the 6. And then our c value in this case is a negative 10. And then we are going to divide all of that by 2 times the a value in this case, which is 6. So we are going to need to do order of operations here. So we are going to start underneath the square root symbol, and we are going to do that negative 11. So a negative 11 squared is going to be a positive 121. So I'm just going to rewrite this. 11, x is equal to 11 plus or minus, and then square root 11, negative 11 times a negative 11 is a positive 121 minus the 4 times 6. So it's going to be negative 4 times positive 6, which is going to be negative 24. And then we have a negative 10. So that's going to end up actually being a negative times a negative, which ends up being a positive 240. So we're going to do plus 240 all over the bottom here, which is 2 times 6, or 12. Again, we're going to keep simplifying, so we do need to simplify underneath that square root symbol. 121 plus 240 is 361. So we have 11 plus or minus square root of 361 over that 12. And then we are going to do the square root of 361. And when I square root that, that is 19. So we're going to get 11 plus or minus 19 over 12. So when I get this answer here, I have to first do what would happen if I did a plus, because again, square rooting something means it could be the negative number or the positive number. So it could be a negative 19 or a positive 19. So in this case, if I just added 11 plus 19, I get 30, and 30 divided by 12, if I did that, is going to end up coming out as 2.5. So that's if I do the plus part. And so that's 2.5. And if I do the minus, 11 minus 19 is going to end up giving me a negative 8. Negative 8 divided by a positive 12 is going to give me a negative 2/3. So these are your two values that would work for our x value. And if you want more questions like this, you can find them on my YouTube channel, You in Algebra. Check these out under the quadratic formula, or the quadratic function section.